Good afternoon, folks. This is Hunter Jackson again with Giant Recreation World, and I am absolutely stoked today. Today we've got the shortest Class C that I have ever seen in my life. It's going to be the 2026 Thor Four Winds 19Z. This is a very small Class C. It's 20 feet and 5 inches tip to tail, and this fits a lot of people out there that are very curious about the van life market, but maybe they just don't want to spend the van life money, or maybe they don't have the van life money. This is a terrific option for everybody out there, and I'm super excited to show it to you. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go. Before we get started in this video, just a quick little aside. I was looking at my analytics this morning and I've realized that only 2% of the people that are watching this video right now are currently subscribed. So if you could help me out a whole lot, hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoy the content and like the video. That really helps boost the channel. Thank you so much, and let's get into it. All right, guys, and I haven't been this excited to show you something for quite a while. This is the second motorized unit we've done on the channel now. Before I get started on anything though, I had to position it in a parking space. As you can see, it fits absolutely perfectly. That's the #1 reason for people wanting to be into the van life segment. But let's go ahead and get started off on the front of the 2026 Thor Four Winds 19Z. Starting on the Ford chassis, this is going to have a 7.3 liter Godzilla V8 motor with it. It's the same motor that you're using for quite a few other different RVs out there, but I'm going to point out the towing capacity once we swing around to the rear. Up at the front here, you can see we've got a molded fiberglass front cap here that does carry over to the sides. I wish it was a one piece, but given the price point that this unit's at, and we're comparing it to a van, absolutely terrific. One thing that I did notice when you open the doors, there are these cute little lights underneath here that are gonna help you, see and not step on anything if you're getting to the campsite late at night. You can see we've got a, let's see here, what are these? Dynapro tires going on, and what are the sizes? I wanna say these are 19.5s, let's see. Oh no, I'm crazy. These are 16-inch rims on this. So a little bit smaller of a wheel on this unit, but I don't know if you're gonna feel it as much just given it's a very short wheelbase. There's a lot of power for the amount of weight that is on this unit. Moving down the side, we can see we do have a bonded fiberglass exterior with our full-length awning. It's not a huge awning, but this isn't a huge RV. And just like always, we do have our LED light strip. I'm not sure if you could see them on or not at the top. It is, right in the middle of the day. The storm just cleared up. Moving down below, we should have a little bit of storage going on. Yep, and I like that this is plastic lined, so you can spray it out if you need to. Just be wary of that light in there. Moving back, this is going to be a dual rear wheel coach, so God forbid something happens and you hit one of your wheels going down the road, you've got another to get you safely off the highway. Got 2 more storage compartments over here. This one's going to be our pass-through that does go all the way through. There's probably a good 1.5 feet in between for your pass-through, like the width of things that you can put in there. You can see we've got our power cord up in here, and then down below should be same as what we saw up there in the front. We've got a small plastic lined storage container. This is going to be a good spot for maybe some hoses, or hoses would be perfect for here. Moving up, we've got our outside 110 ports, and then I missed it as I walked by, but we do have our freshwater connection right here in the front. Moving around to the rear of the coach here, we've got our 4-inch steel bumper for our Stinky Slinky here. And then up above, beautiful rear window. This is where the bed/dinette goes. And this does have a backup camera, so that's gonna be really helpful going down the road. You could kind of treat it as a rear view mirror if you wanted to. This is a unique spot for it, but given the length of the chassis, this is where our generator is located. This is going to be the Flex Power 4,000 watt generator. It can run on gas or LP, which this coach has both of those. Right below our generator, I got to jump in real quick here. We've got an 8,000 pound towing hitch. So this RV is capable of towing more than most of your big Class A's are. Very, very impressive. We've got some beautiful LED rear tail lights going on. And as I swing around, my guess is this is the other side of our pass-through compartment. Very, very nice. Same story right below as the other side. Oh no, not the same story. So this is where our LP is going to be located, right next to the generator, conveniently located. This is a 30 amp coach with one AC. It's a 13.5K BTU unit. That's plenty on the size. And this is something I like to point out and I really, really enjoy. We've got our city water connection and our black tank flush right next to one another. So one hose going into this unit and one hose going out. As to be expected, there is only one gray and one black tank, and both of those exits are going to be located behind this compartment door here. They're rocking a wet bath in this unit, but it does have a traditional tank, so it's going to feel a little bit more like a regular camper. And then backing off just a little bit, I really, really enjoy that they've included our on-demand hot water heater. On-demand hot water heaters have come down quite a bit in price recently, and so a lot of manufacturers are only ordering that, reducing the total cost. Let's get one more pan around of the outside of this 2026 Thor Four Winds 19Z. All right, and moving inside the Thor Four Winds, check this out. This is a very small and quaint camper. Before I get too crazy, I almost walked all the way in. Let me point off right as you get into the door here. We do have our AGS switch. That's for automatic generator start. We've got the 12 volt disconnect, some power for our lights on the inside and our cargo lights. And then one thing that I noticed, this is probably not a big deal to anybody out there, but I look at RVs every single day. I enjoy that they have switched up the latch mechanism that they're using on the bottom here to house your batteries. It just looks cleaner and it's a better latch than what they used to include. Hopefully they're moving that into all of their products down the road. Moving into the inside though here, check it out. This is a killer little floor plan. So we've got our, well, U-shaped dinette here in the rear. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's start off on the kitchen though. So right as you walk in to the left of the door, we do have our kitchen set up here. This is gonna have a stainless steel sink. And actually, I think it's a little bit bigger than what they're including in a lot of the vans. So that's gonna make it easier to do your dishes. You do have your dish dryer as well as your sprayer right above. And then if you need a little extra countertop space, you've got it here, and I like that it flushly goes with the countertop. There's not that little drop down. Sometimes you can knock a plate off doing something like that. Moving over here, it looks like I forgot to turn a light on, but we do have our 2-burner cooktop, and some may say, where is the oven? They have not included an oven because we are doing a contour microwave, and this is the convection microwave. You can bake your biscuits in the morning in here if you need to. To the left of the microwave, good storage compartment. One thing I like about Thor a lot is that they're doing painted cabinetry in all of their products. Then moving down below the sink, we've got a little additional storage for some cleaning materials. You may be able to sneak a small trash can in here. It might not be the most ideal spot or the biggest trash can, but this isn't a huge unit. To the right of that storage, we've got 3 drawers. They're well finished off. They are stapled here on the edges, no dovetail, but I didn't expect it. This is the E-spec for Thor, meaning it's essentials only. And then moving back towards the rear, I don't have it set up real quick. Here, let me go ahead and pop it into place. I was gonna just put it into place and restart the clip here, but I figured if anybody didn't know how these work, you've got this triangular looking piece here on the bottom that's gonna slot into there. Twist it to the side to latch it. And then you could take your tabletop and pop it somewhere right in the middle if I could see. There we go. So now we've got our table sitting here. All right, now we can see what's going on here a little bit better. This is gonna be our U-shaped dinette here in the rear. One thing that I really like, we do have seat belts back here. So this coach can sleep 4 very, very comfortably with that front cap up there. And then you can also have 4 people riding with you with these extra seat belts. Now, that's in dinette mode right now. Some of you guys out there may just leave it in bed mode at all times. Let's go ahead and show you how to break it down though, just real quick. Should be super simple. And this table here will fit in one of these storage compartments, but you move that off to the side, pull your thing through. This tucks in up behind the couch here. And then we pop our bed into place. Bada bing, bada boom. We're rearranging cushions. Let me make sure you got an angle because I want to be able to show you the length. Yep. So with that down, I can lay at 6'2" comfortably. My head isn't touching, my feet aren't touching, and I've got plenty of space for a partner right off here to the side. I really like this bed setup. At the end of the day, this is a van life style rig, and this is gonna work perfectly. One thing I really want to point out, and I like, underneath the bed, you can use this as additional storage, maybe even for a laundry hamper or something of that nature. And then to the right here, we've got our fuse panel as well as our breaker panel. We've got additional storage tucked in behind the bed. Those little clips right there are where the table leg goes. You've got cup holders up above. Check this out, for another light, forgot to get on. We've got some storage with our bungee style netting up above. And then we've got more traditional cabinet doors with struts right above. Same story goes on the other side here. So his and hers storage. And on the back side of the bed, we've got 110 USB-A, USB-C, our controls for our furnace, as well as our lighting controls for here in the rear. Moving out and around, we've got great hanging storage. This is something you don't always see out of the vans. You could easily put probably a good 10 to 20 shirts, just depending on what kind of weather you're camping in. And then a couple of drawers for your drawers right below. Ooh, these are on soft close too. So for an essentials only package, we've got soft close drawers, which is pretty slick. We've got our furnace below the refrigerator here, which I haven't showed you yet, but this is gonna be plenty to keep this whole coach warm. And then backing off just a tad bit, this is gonna be the Contour 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator. Everybody's for the most part's rocking 10 cubic foot refrigerators, just different brands. I haven't heard a whole lot of good or bad by Contour though, so I guess that's a good thing. As we shut it and move around, I want to get you kind of what you're looking at from the bed angle. You can see we've got a his and hers passenger seats up here in the front. And then right as we walked in, we kind of missed it. We do have our internal wet bath here. Let's see. Oh wow, so okay, we've got a porcelain toilet in this one as well. So essentials only, but they're giving you some nice materials in here. They do include a small sink if you needed to brush your teeth in the morning. You don't have to do it while you're doing your dishes. And then let's get a headroom check. In this, it's actually not a bad size wet bath, especially compared to the vans. I've actually got a little bit of elbow room. I've got headroom up above me here. This is fairly comfortable. Not a huge fan of the curtain, but I'm sure that could get switched out. And you can also close the door, which has some hangers for towels up here. So slick idea there, Thor. Let's swing us back around. As we move towards the entry door, we've got one more storage compartment up above here for things that you need right before you leave, maybe a dog leash or an umbrella. And then moving out and around, this is what makes it a Class C. We've got our overhead cab up here. This is plenty big. We'll put a dimension up on the screen here, but this does look like every bit of a queen size bed to me. And then you can see we've got our TV here that does swivel out and around. And so when we're laying on our bed at night, that TV is going to be sitting right there, and we're going to have really, really good viewing angles no matter where we're at in the camper. Up above, we can see our AC. And then up in the very front here, we've got, is there a fan up there? No, just an opening for an exhaust while you're cooking here in the coach. This is the front end of our coach. Nothing too fancy or schmancy about it. This is a typical Class C on a Ford chassis. They have added in, not this year, but last year, we got Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto up here. This is a nice, you know, easy, simple cab. Tucked in behind the driver's side chair here, we do have the ladder to get up into the overhead bunk. But yeah, this is a really, really slick little RV. I was super excited when it finally came in. I saw Matt's RV reviews on it, so I'm very grateful to be able to share it with y'all today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Is this something you would consider over the van life? Alrighty, folks. This was a fun little floor plan to show. I mean, it was very small. It was pretty quick. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but this was exciting. This was a new option for the people that are, you know, envisioning themselves in the van life, but it actually will solve a couple of different issues. I did the van life for about 9 months, and if I could do it all over again, I would strongly consider something like this. You get a little bit more width, which can be really, really helpful, especially if you got more than just one person going with you. Yeah, overall, very, very impressed with this unit. The price point is definitely right. If you guys are interested in this out there, feel free to hit the link in the description down below and give me a call. Again, this is Hunter with Giant Recreation. And yeah, huge shout out to everybody that made it this far in the video. I appreciate you greatly. And if you're interested in seeing anything else Thor, Forest River, or Keystone related, drop a comment down below. I'd love to film it next week. I think that's all I got for now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next Friday. Later.